Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to actually start with some phonics first. So we're going to work on segmenting and blending some words. These words are all going to have long I in them. So we're going to have long, I know, but then they started. We're going to have long I spelled with just an I, like in kind. We're going to have long I spelled with a Y, like in my. So the Y is making the I sound. And then we're going to have long I, like in high. And here it's spelled I-G-H. Okay? So first we're going to segment and blend these words together. You're going to echo me. And then I'll have you do it independently, okay? Bur, ite, bright.
Bur, I, bright.
Bur, I, cry.
Bur, I, cry.
Ch, I, old child.
Ch, I, old child.
Bull, eind, blind.
B, blind, blind.
B, eind, bind.
B, eind, bind.
Ite, fight.
Ite, fight.
Sp, I, spry.
Sp, I, spry.
Ol, ite, light.
Ol, ite, light.
Sp, I, spy.
Sp, I, spy.
I, try.
I, try.
Full, ite, flight.
Flight, flight.
W, I, why.
W, I, why.
Awesome. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute, and you can get started saying these words for 1 minute to yourself. You can segment them, or you can say the whole word. Okay? Go ahead.
Blind, bind, fight, spry, light, spy, try, flight, why, bright, cry, child, blind, bind, fight, spry, light, spy, try, flight, why, bright, cry, child, blind, bind, fight, spry, light, spy, try, flight, why, bright, cry, child, blind, bind, fight, spry, light, spy, try, flight, why, bright, cry, child, blind, bind, fight, spry, spray.
Hold on. Can't be spray.
Spry.
Good.
Light, spy, try, light, no flight, why, bright, cry, child, blind, bind, fight, spry, light.
Good. Stop.
It's not.
Good job. It's not very. I know it's not very loud, but you and I can hear it, and that's all who needs to hear it, right?
And if it was like over there, it would be like.
If it was over there, we wouldn't hear it. Good. Okay, so now we're gonna play beat the clock again. Okay.
Yay.
So for beat the clock, last time I gave you 2 minutes, and I think that was too much time. So today you're only gonna have 1 minute.
I like this.
So-
This is fun.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Here's your pencil. Here are your words. They're all words with long I spelled with a Y, long I spelled I-G-H, or long I spelled with an I. So they're the same patterns that you just read.
This is basically
Okay.
like the same thing as speed reading.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
it's a different
fun.
one. I'm glad that it's fun. That's what I
This
was.
is speed writing. We
It's-
should call it speed writing.
Well, it's called beat the clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna call it speed writing.
So I'm gonna set these face down. You're gonna pick them up, and then if you look, I gave you 3 columns. Okay. You can wait until I say go because I gotta start the timer. You're going to look at them, and then you're going to spell them. And I'm going to check when you're done that I can read the letters and that they're spelled correctly. Remember those letters? Okay, and I'm going to set this timer on my cell phone. So I'm going to have 2 going so that we stop on time.
How long was that speed watch going? I saw a lot of
From when you were in here for math class, so 3 hours. Okay, are you ready? Okay, this is for 1 minute, so it's a minute less than last time. Go.
I still have a clock going for like 5
Go.
days. I have to stick a lot of time off my clock. Dang it.
Almost. So we'll say you had out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 9 done. That one went. You didn't. You were like at the I when the timer went off. Okay, let's read these really quick. One time through. Let's come back up here. Read me this one.
Child cry, bright, fly, might, but mind, lie, light, spy, blind.
Good. All right, ready? We're gonna do them again.
I kind of want more time.
Nope, just a minute. That's the challenge.
Can you tell me how fast I got it done? How
The-
fast I get that one done?
Well, the timer went off before you finished, so it took you a whole minute. All right, here you go.
But when
Ready? Go. I started it.
that took me a long time. You didn't make so much. If they just go in order, cry, that's the same one.
It might.
That's the same one. Why does that always happen?
Pay attention to what you're doing. Stop worrying about the other stuff. Thank you very much. Woo! There was 2 seconds left. Good job. Okay, read.
57 seconds.
So, well, if there was 2 seconds left, so not 57,
58.
58 seconds. You can write that.
58 point what?
That's it, just 58
Okay.
seconds.
Child cry, bright, mind, why, light, spy, fly, might, blind.
Good, and you spelled them all right. We're actually going to stop just after 2 tries today because I want to move on and give us enough time to read our story and be done within the time that you're
What's our story about today?
I'm so excited that you asked. I'm about to tell you. Good job. I'll take your pen.
Roosevelt?
Not Roosevelt. It's about a different person. So this is still a nonfiction test. This book is called Edison's Inventions.
I thought
So this is
about-
a book about Thomas Edison.
I thought this was about Albert Einstein. I want to read a book about Albert Einstein.
Okay, well I will note that, and I can either we can tell Mom. I'm gonna write it down right now because if not, I will probably forget. And I'll see what I can find too, and maybe we can use that in another time. Okay. This is called Edison's Inventions. Have you ever heard of Thomas Edison before?
Yeah, he was the inventor of the light bulb.
Okay, so that you have a little bit of prior knowledge about him. So we're going to quarterly read this book together. Remember, I'm going to set the timer.
He was the inventor of the car, right?
I don't know. We're going to have to read and
I
find
think he
out.
was, because
Let's see.
look, there's a little look.
So you're using your picture clues to help you.
Yes.
I love that. That's what good readers do. They use their picture clues. So this is our table of contents. So we know this is a nonfiction book.
Mhm.
So that means that everything in it's going to be real. Okay? All right, so remember, I wrote some of my ideas down, and I'm going to be sharing them with you as we go. We're going to quarterly read this together. We're going to finish this activity within 10 minutes. So I have this timer set to keep me on track and to help keep you on track,
I
okay?
really like using these. I don't want to use this.
I'm going to ask that you use it anyway, okay? Thank you very much, though. Okay, ready? So our first heading is, who was Thomas Edison?
So Thomas Edison could have been alive still. right
Well,
now.
let's read and find out when he was born, and let's figure it out.
Thomas Edison
Was an inventor. He lived from 1847 to 1931. You just got your answer. Is he still alive?
No.
He invented many things. We still use some things he invented today. I'm going to read the
I
caption.
think he was
Nope. Read me the caption, okay?
Thomas Edison was nicknamed the Wizard of Menlo Park. Menlo Park news journals
Looks like News Journal, but New Jersey.
was the town where he worked. So
Early life.
early life.
Thomas did not go to school much,
That's his cool picture.
but he loved to read. He quit school when he was 12. He went to work on trains. Here's our caption. Thomas did not do well in public school, so his mother taught him at home. And
Homeschool.
home, you're right, that's called homeschool. There he learned to use the telegraph. The telegraph was a machine that sent a message. The message came in long and short beeps. I'm going to read the caption with the picture. A telegraph worker sends a message from the top of a building. Thomas did not hear well. He could not always hear the beeps. He invented a machine that changed the beeps to letters. Thomas was an inventor.
So he basically invented the ear aid.
Kind of, maybe. So I have a question for you. The telegraph used to send beeps, and Thomas invented a machine that changed it to letters. Why did he do that? Why did he change?
To help
why?
him and other people.
Why did it help him?
To hear.
But why? Because what couldn't he hear?
People like talking and beeps.
Yep. So it says. What does it say right in this first line?
Thomas did not hear well.
So that's why he changed it, right? He needed to be able to read it because he couldn't hear it that well. Here's our caption. Edison's telegraph made it easy to send and read messages. It also worked in bad weather when others wouldn't. Here we go. Here's our new heading, the phonograph. Thomas invented many things. He invented the phonograph. People could record and play back sounds with this machine. They did not think it was real. They thought another person was talking. Why did people think the phonograph wasn't real?
Because it was like their first electric machine.
Like invention?
Yeah. So
what did the phonograph do?
It recorded someone's sentence.
And then they had to play it back.
So if like someone didn't hear it, they're like, "Can you record that on the phonograph?"
Good. I like how you use the.
No, we forgot to read the caption.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Edison listened to his phonograph. So there it is in that picture. You can see he's got the.
It kind of looks different because
they kind of look like what? What do these look like? What do they remind you of that we use today?
Headphones.
Yeah, that's what that kind of looks like, right?
It looks different in this picture because it's like, and it looks different here.
You're right, because there's probably different versions, right? And there's probably different versions. We can make that inference.
Before at an antique shop.
Cool.
The
electric light. Thomas invented many things. He invented an electric light. At that time, electric lights cost a lot and were not safe. Other people had tried to make a safe light that many people could buy. Early electric lights, such as these, burned out quickly and used a lot of energy. So if they burned out quickly, they didn't let off light anymore. So I need to remember that when I'm thinking about my own reading. Thomas tried many times too. He did not quit. He made a safe electric light. His light did not cost much to make. Here it is. Edison celebrates 50 years of the light bulb in 1929.
So that was 3 years before he died. No, 2.
Okay. Yeah.
No, wait.
Well, we can look back.
2.
We can look back and see what year he died. So what year did he die in?
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, 1931. Nice job. Good remembering. Edison's electric light was first used in 1879.
So let's see when he was born again. I think he was born in 1823.
So let's finish reading, and if we have time, we can go back and do that math. Okay? And if not, we'll do it at the end. Thomas then worked to bring electricity to people. His light would later be used around the world. Edison's electricity. You want to do this one first?
Let's read the caption and then we'll read this big caption.
Okay. Go ahead. Nikola Tesla invented radio and its first remote control boat. I wonder if it has anything to do with the car too.
Oh, because Elon Musk might have got that name from him, and I was about to ask you that question.
If it was the same Tesla? I'm not sure. We'd have to look that up.
The name.
We'd have to look that up.
He might have got that name from it.
I agree. Edison's electricity.
Most people today do not use the kind of electricity
Edison invented. It costs too much and can be dangerous. Today we use electricity in a way created by another inventor, Nikola Tesla. So I wonder, I would assume that it probably is, so we can look that up when we're all done. The movies. Thomas invented many things. He invented a machine that took pictures quickly. He also invented a machine that showed the pictures on a screen.
So
Here it says,
invented the projector and a camera, because that's like a projector because it showed something on a screen. That's it.
Okay.
And I kind of like that design because it's like a box.
A man, let's read the caption. A man looks through one of Edison's early film cameras in 1912. Okay. The machine quickly showed the pictures one after the other. The things in the pictures looked as if they were moving. Thomas had invented movies. Edison invented the first machine for playing movies. Sound came through tubes placed in the viewer's ear. Other inventions. Thomas invented many more things. He invented batteries that ran cars and other machines. He invented phone parts that are still used today.
So,
hold on. Nope, come back over here. We're moving on. Amazing Edison. Thomas invented over 1,000 things. People still talk about him and the things he invented.
That's funny.
Okay, so we learned that Thomas Edison invented over 1,000 things. What are some of the things that he invented that we read about today?
The telegraph.
The telegraph.
Phonograph.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, printing telegraph.
What else did he?
Movies, batteries.
What else?
Electric. The movie.
What's the big one that we give him a lot of credit for?
Light. And it kind of looks
the
like
light bulb. Okay, hold on. My turn. I'm going to ask you to hold on. My next question is, what do you think was the most important thing that he invented?
The light bulb.
Why?
Because people needed it to see. Like, if people were like cooking, they could have burned down their house if they didn't have light.
Sure. Okay, we're going to partner read. We have about a minute left, so let's partner read for 1 minute. So you start on this page.
Who was Thomas Edison? Thomas Edison was an inventor. He lived from 1947.
Go back, what number is this?
1847 to 1931. And he invented many things. We still use some things he invented today.
Early life. Look where I'm touching. Thomas did not go to school much, but he loved to read. He quit school when he was 12. He went to work on trains. Your turn.
He learned to use the telegraph. The telegraph was a machine that sent messages, and messages came in long and short beeps.
Okay, so you read this word as in.
The.
Good. Why is this word the, not in? What about it makes it tell you?
I forget.
Well, what letters does this word start with?
TH.
What letter does in start with?
The.
Good. The starts with, TH starts with the, or the starts with TH, which makes a sound. You said, but this can't be in because in starts with what letter? I. So you have to be careful that when you're reading these words, you look at the letters and use them to help you. Even if what you're saying makes sense, you want to do your best to read what's there. Okay, good job. Okay, we're going to keep this out. Well, hold on. I'm going to ask that you, at the very end, we'll have 4 minutes, and we can talk about anything that you want about Edison. For right now, we're going to finish this graphic organizer, okay? But the last 4 minutes are going to be yours. We'll look up any of your questions. I have a couple of resources already pulled up on my laptop that we'll be able to use, okay? So what I want to work on right now is we're going to write the main idea of this story, and then we're going to use the book to help us figure out some details. So we actually used this one when we talked about the Washington Monument, so it's the same one. So remember, here we want to write a full sentence. We want to write the main idea of everything that we learned in this story. So what was one sentence that would explain to someone who didn't read this book what it was about?
Inventing stuff.
Who?
Thomas Edison inventing stuff.
A couple things?
1,000 inventions.
That is a great main idea about this book.
Edison.
Mm-hmm. Good. Using the cover to look at a scene, that was a good idea.
Edison's.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't.
Thomas Edison.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Edison invented
Yes. Good.
1,000 inventions.
Yeah, that will work.
And
Great. Okay, so now on the side, remember we are going to write the details. So we're gonna want to use the book. Not probably. We're gonna want to use the book to help us find out these extra details. So what will back up your main idea? So what do you think we're gonna want to put in these detail boxes?
He invented the first hearing aid.
Do we call it the hearing aid?
No,
So let's use the book. What is it called?
Telegraph. No, that's not the telegraph because no, this is what he used.
Change. I love how you're looking
the
back.
dips of the letters.
This isn't a duh. This is a buh.
Beeps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called.
So let's see.
Edison's telegraph.
So he invented it. There was a
Yeah,
telegraph.
You were right.
Well, you were right. You said it, not me.
I didn't say
He
that.
invented a telegraph, but it wasn't the same. It was different, right? The first telegraph did beeps. What did Thomas Edison's telegraph do?
Dips.
Not depths.
Beeps.
It was beeps. He changed it to.
Letters.
So how could you tell that it was his telegraph instead of the original? He used a telegraph that used right here.
Letters.
So the very first one was beeps. He couldn't hear well. He didn't like that. So he invented one that made those beeps be letters so that the person could hear the letter instead of counting out the beeps, okay? So stop drawing on the table. No, thank you, sir. And how could you write that?
Thomas Edison invented the telegraph
That used,
letters.
that was the important part. His used letters. Okay. But I mean, that was an accident. That I'm okay with. Good. I love how you're using the book to double check your spelling, Lauer. Good job. That was a good strategy. When you don't know something, how to spell it, you look it up in the book. Good strategy.
With.
Good. You can just go on the next box. We can go. Keep going. Yeah. If. Great. I love how you sounded out each sound. Good job.
I remember we crossed out.
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah. It's okay if we go into the next box. We'll just cross it out. That's enough. Okay, let's go on to the next one. That's enough, I think. Okay. What's something else that he invented that you could add as a... Good.
So they basically invented the first phone because it says phone.
What does a phonograph do?
It replays speaking.
Sure.
It replays talking.
So you could write that, right?
Phonograph.
Mm-hmm.
The phonograph. I know I'm definitely going in the box.
That's fine. That's why there's extra. Mm-hmm.
Replayed.
Mm-hmm. Good sounding out. I love how you're saying all your sounds. Great. I'll cross it out while you look for the next one. What's the next thing that he invented? That back.
Light bulb.
What kind of light bulb? It's important.
The electric light.
Good. See how they chose to bold that? That means that's an important detail. Mm-hmm. I'm just checking how much time. About 3 more minutes.
Wait, 3?
Mm-hmm. For this part, and then we'll move on to the next part. Mm-hmm.
The electric
Good using the book.
What?
You can say in that box because I don't want to go to the next slide. Good. All right, I want you to turn the page and see if you can find something else that we could add. Do we learn about any other invention? This is still about the. Mm-hmm. So we already wrote about that. So what was this? Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird how they just watched the movie in there.
And
then how the movies are today, because they're like on a big screen with the projector.
Would you be able to watch that with anybody else?
No.
No. So that would take the fun out of it, right?
You just have to have like one this big, this room. So
it would be. It'd be like almost like watching on your iPad.
Phone.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. This is much larger.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what it's like. You're right. That's what I was thinking too.
And I wonder how it looked. It probably was gray. It didn't have color.
I would have to agree with you there. Good way to.
Because my grandma watched a lot of old movies.
I wonder her old movies are like what?
Like gray.
Black and white. You're right. Gray. No color. Okay, so what could we say this?
Thomas invented the movies. He invented movies.
Here, look right here. I want you to read me this caption so you can find the name of what they call it.
Film camera.
Mm-hmm. Good. So you want to... Mm-hmm. Great. And then that leaded to what? Let me see if this sentence says.
Thomas had invented movies.
So is that something different?
Yeah, Thomas.
You're okay.
Movies.
Good. All right, let's turn the page and see if we can add any other inventions they taught us about that we didn't have yet. So what's one we don't have yet? I don't want you to turn the page yet. I want you to make sure you're reading each page to see if there's anything else we haven't listed yet.
Thomas invented the battery.
Good. Do we have that yet?
No.
No, you can't. Don't skip the page yet if you're not sure. Good job. All right, now you can turn the page. Oh, excellent timing, Lauer.
And we're done.
And we're done. And we went all the way to the end of the book.
We did all of them.
We did everything. So now what we're going to do... high five is right.
No, that was a bad one. Look at the elbow.
All right.
That's good.
Thanks. You're always teaching me things. I'm going to have you come on this side. You can bring this over. I'm going to grab my laptop.
My aunt's friend tells me that trick.
It's all in the elbow, the high five?
Yeah.
I didn't know that tip before. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You want to come over here? You can bring the book over. We can figure out. I didn't have that ready about the Tesla, but we can look up and see if it's the same Tesla, or if you want to come look at what I have. Careful. Almost lost you. All right.
This was fever.
Your whole shoe.
Yeah.
Totally lost you. Need help? Mm-hmm. You need help?
Yeah, get him on.
Okay. I'm going to set the timer because we have 4 more minutes. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, I'm going to set it for 3 because we're a little bit over from a little bit of the talking. Okay. So I have some videos, some like cartoons that we could watch, like about young Thomas Edison. So it's like kind of like a cartoon thing about him. Or if you look here, we just have different facts and pictures that we could look at. What one would you like to look at today?
The facts and pictures.
Okay. So let's see it. It says Thomas Edison was born February 11th. Yeah.
Well,
He
he was born on
was-
February 11th.
Yeah, that was
It was 1847.
that was new information.
Yeah, that was information. Good.
He was the youngest of 7 children. So that means he had
So he had a lot of brothers and sisters.
lots of brothers and sisters. It says he was one of the United States' most well-known inventors.
Yeah.
Oh, look here. This is new information to us, too. When he was a child, he got scarlet fever, and this left him almost deaf. We learned in that book that we read that he had trouble hearing, but we didn't know it was because he had scarlet fever.
What's scarlet fever?
So scarlet fever is something that back when Thomas Edison was growing up, so like in the 1800s, the late 1900s, people would get really, really bad, really high fevers. And there wasn't the medicine that there is now, so then there would be side effects that could affect them long term. So for him, it was that he lost his hearing. But other people, it could affect like their brain and stuff like that.
Do you want to hear?
And we learned that Thomas Edison had affect his hearing. This is early life. You want to read it, or want me to read it to you? Me? He was nicknamed Al, and although he was a very busy, curious boy, he struggled at school and often got into trouble. His teacher called him addled, which meant dim or slow. Well, little did they know what would happen. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Edison's mother, Nancy Matthews Elliott, was frustrated with the school and knew her son could learn, so she taught him at home. That sounds like a really good mom, doesn't it? Let's see what else. Oh, here it is. More about the so do you see this picture right here? Says, when he was 12, he started publishing and selling a newspaper to passengers on the train. At age 15, he became the train telegrapher, sending and receiving messages via Morse code. So Morse code is an electronically conveyed alphabet using different clicks for each letter. Morse code was used across the world by the military. So there's the Morse code was the beeps that we read about. Remember how we read about the beeps? That's the Morse code.
I did the math. How long he was alive? He lived for 88 years.
Good. Oh,
Because
wow.
look, so you can see. So, I just did the math.
Okay.
I was looking while you were on.
Well, we were looking at this.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
No, yeah. So, you see? So,
1847.
88. Because 7 times plus 8 equals 8. So he's alive for 88 years.
Awesome. All right, buddy. That means we're all done. So let me take this up, and then we'll.
That's what I was trying to tell you. And that's hard math for a second grader.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of mixed up.